Hey, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Young Gun series. And for the second time this week, no face cam. This one was actually my fault. I deleted the face cam footage. So yeah, I'm holding the L on that one. That one was my fault. I apologize for that. But another post-com coming for this week, so we'll just have to get right into this one. Last time out, I asked you guys, should we loosen the restrictions on the free agents, and we had it set at 21 years of age and under as the restriction for youth or for free agent pickups. I asked if we should move it up to 23 years of age and under. You guys were in favor of doing that. Then there was one comment that came in and said, these players from the free agents, these are real players. They're just like the players you have in your team, so bringing them in doesn't really change anything. And I had forgotten that these were actually real players because they don't have faces. So I'm actually going to limit, again, what we do in the free agency overall now, regardless of age. I don't want to bring in too many of these players because I do want to make this more about the youth academy and these generated players that we can bring into the team. So to start this episode off, I went after one player, and it was Aero Chord, the 20-year-old center back. So he actually fits within our original set of rules for free agents as being 21 years of age or under, but we were desperately in need of center back help. I do bring in one more free agent later in this episode, and you'll see why. It was again another one out of necessity, and I think that's how I want to treat these players in the free agents. We'll bring them in when it's absolutely necessary, and then in these two cases today, they kind of were. So for the first game today, we're at home to take on Stevenage, and we have our first choice starting 11 out there, including our youth academy call-ups, Martin and Green. And hopefully, at least maybe for the rest of this season even, I want to try to call up one or maybe two players from the youth academy and get them into the first team. I just kind of want to start making this overhaul happen a little bit more. We got another youth academy scout in now, so that should give us more players to choose from, and hopefully we can make that a reality and start really getting into this series the way I had hoped that we would at the very beginning. It's just kind of gone a little slow at the beginning. Now I think we can start to pick up the pace. But for the start of this game, Stevenage was actually really good. Actually, they were good throughout the entirety of the game. They just kept us off the ball, kept possession. But a loose pass there leads to a counterattack for us. A bit of a lucky play here. A fortunate bounce for David Goodwillie. He gets on the end, and he slots it home nicely past the keeper, making it 1-0 less than 20 minutes in. Goodwillie's back in scoring goals. Love to see that. You know the team is in desperate need of a consistent goal scorer outside of Graham Carey. And if Goodwillie's going to step up and be that guy, I am more than happy with that. Late in the first half, we had a chance to make it 2. Goodwillie and Carey linking up for the shot from Carey. Just couldn't get enough power on it, and it was nicely saved by the goalkeeper. Not a lot happened in this game. A lot of sloppy play from both teams. Big tackles coming in the midfield. Just not a lot of opportunities for either side. But with about 20 minutes left, Stevenage had a golden opportunity here. Ball comes in. Shot saved by Durrell. Follow-up deflected behind by Threcold. That was a huge, huge intervention from Threcold right there. That could have been 1-1 heading into an open net right there, but Threcold tracked back nicely. Last minutes of the game now, we had a chance to just put this thing away. Loose play in the box from Stevenage. Donaldson has 2 shots at it, but the keeper again denies him right on the doorstep. Last corner of the game now. Carey delivers it. It's headed back to Carey. He picks it up, puts it back in the box. There's Donaldson again, but his header goes wide. That is how this one would end. 1-0, and it was a lucky play again from Goodwillie, just ending up on the end of that deflected through ball, made it 1-0, man. It was a tough game. Stevenage were very, very good in that, and I'd say we're pretty fortunate to come away with the 3 points, but it's 3 points, and I'll take it either way. So I did say I wanted to call up some more youth academy players, and here is the one for today. It is Ollie Brown. He's another wide midfielder, so he'll compete initially for time with Liam Green out there in the wide midfield spot, but let's take a look at what he's got on him here. He's got some decent physical attributes, good agility, okay sprint speed. I mean, that's not too bad for a wide midfielder. Where he's going to struggle initially, though, is going to be his skill attributes, as all youth academy call-ups do. But those can be trained, and we can work with him to improve upon those. He's got a 2-star weak foot, 3-star skill move, so nothing too special there. He's a right-footed player playing on the right-hand side, so not the ideal situation, medium-low work rates. But he's an okay player. You know, we can train him up. He'll be a pretty decent player for us down the road. I think he's got in the mid-70s as far as potential goes, so we'll have to see what he can do. But he's going to get his debut in our very next game. We're into the FA Cup to take on Cambridge United. Like I said, Ollie Brown getting his debut. Chord also getting his debut. in this one. And as you can see, it's a full reserve team, and we have to completely rotate the team. Just too many damn games in League 2 right now. Just league games, FA Cup now. We have the Czech Trophy we're still in. Stamina is just not a thing right now with anybody. We just have to continually rotate the team. But we got our first opportunity here against Cambridge. About 25 minutes into this one off of a corner. Carly Osborne takes it around the defender, has the shot, but it is saved by the keeper. Carly Osborne, I just don't know what to think of him. But they made a mistake late, or a little bit later in the first half. Jordan Slew picks it up, gives it to Donaldson, and he shoots it wide. Donaldson's got a bit of case of the good willies. Okay, he just can't find the target right now. He's had a number of good chances. You saw him at the end of that game against Stevenage, had a couple. There he had a golden opportunity, couldn't put it away. But it goes 0-0 into the half. Early in the second, ball not cleared off of a free kick. It comes back to Cambridge, and what a finish by Adam McGurk. That was a beautiful long shot into the bottom corner, and our keeper just could not get to it. And what happened there was we had a player down on the ground, and the shot came right over top of him. And that player was Carly Osborne. Yeah, I don't know what to think of him, man. He gives up goals. I have to say he's to blame for this one. He was laying on the ground, got right back up after the goal was scored. He gives up goals, but then he also scores goals. Like, I don't know what to do with him. He's an enigma, man. I just don't know what to think about him. But what do we do when we're down? We rely on Graham Carey. So I brought him into this game, immediately making an impact. Finds Jordan Slew, but the shot goes wide. That was the best opportunity we would have all game long, and it came with 10 minutes left to get back level. Jordan Slew pulls the shot wide. That's so unfortunate. But Graham Carey still had a chance here from a free kick, and it's a good one. It's just not quite far enough into the corner, and it's saved by the keeper. I think it's the first free kick we've actually put on target all game long. But into the 90th minute now, one last opportunity. Graham Carey looking for Jimmy Spencer. He finds it, gets the ball, but he's tackled, and that is how this one would end. 1-0 loss. We're out of the FA Cup to Cambridge United. They got their revenge. We knocked them out of the Czech Trophy. They knock us out of the FA Cup, though I'd say this one is a little bit more important, so I'm a little disappointed to be knocked out here, but you know, we just didn't do enough. We did not do enough to win this game, and I can't even be mad. I mean, I don't think they outplayed us, but we definitely didn't do enough to win. So at the beginning of this episode, I said we had another scout now, and it is Oliver Green. He's been working in Ireland to find us some new talent. Now, way back at the beginning of this series, I made a rule that said we can't bring anyone into the youth academy that has over 85 potential. And the reason I did that was because in his first scouting report, Marcus Wright found us a player that had, I think, 92 or 94 potential. And there's just no way we should have that many players like that. I thought if that's going to be the regular thing, if he's going to find a lot of players like that, we just won't be able to take those players. However, since then, he's found nobody over 90 plus potential, and I think he's only found 2 or 3 in the 80s. So I'm removing that rule that limits what we can do with the youth academy, the players that we can bring in. If these mediocre scouts can somehow find some decent players, we will take them into our youth academy and use them as we see fit. However, that also means that if they do become good players at some point in their career or in this series, big teams are going to want them. And if they come in for those players and they want to buy those players in real life would want to go to those big teams. So we will probably have to sell them to try to keep it at least a little bit realistic. I'll probably work out some system that determines how we do that or whether or not we have to sell them. But for now, we'll just take those players and we'll deal with the bigger teams trying to buy them later on if that ever does happen. But for now, we're removing all restrictions on the youth academy and we're just going to sign everybody that we can if they can find us some good players. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at Oliver Green's first scouting report from Ireland. And it's a good one. It's a good one. The first player, Rafferty, the best of the bunch. And even more importantly, he is a goalkeeper. Something we did not have in the youth academy yet. But 70-94 potential, not too bad. Neil O'Grady, 66-88 potential. And Brendan Gallagher, 68-92 potential. But just because they have these really, really high possible potentials does not mean they'll actually ever reach that. They'll more than likely they'll end up in the 80s somewhere. And if a big team comes in for them, we'll have to deal with that when it comes. But for now, I'm going to sign all these guys. Another game, another domestic cup. This time we're in the Czech Trophy and we're taking on Crawley Town. We've gone back to the first choice starting 11. Have to rotate the team once again. Just so many games, man. There's so many games in like we play every 3 days, I swear, for the entire season. It's just way too many games for any team to handle, but we'll do our best in this one. Early on, we had a chance to get off to a good start as Goodwillie slides the ball through for Purrington. His shot tried to go far post, but saved by the keeper. Threlkeld on the follow-up. Shot goes well wide. And that was pretty much the only attack in the first half for either team. Just another slow start for Plymouth, though. And that right there did not help matters at all. As I slid through the back of a player with Threlkeld, and he gets sent off before halftime. That was not, I repeat, that was not a frustration foul. I did not mean to do that. We lost the ball there. I thought that player was going to turn and go upfield and dribble into the space. Instead, he turned away. And I tried to slide in front of him to stop him from dribbling. When he turned away, I ended up just going right through the back of him. So that was just a mistake from us. But second half now, down to 10 men. Still have opportunities to get into the lead. Bulvidis, what do you know about him scoring off of set pieces? Nearly had us the opening goal there, but another good save from the goalkeeper. And that was pretty much it. I mean, Crawley didn't attack in that game, like, at all. They had possession. They had an extra man. They had tons of opportunities to shoot. They just never did. And, of course, they didn't score. And I'm not even going to show you the extra time because nothing happened there because, again, Crawley didn't attack. We'll just go straight into the penalties here. So, an intense match, if there ever was one, ends in penalties in the Checker Trade Trophy. Harold steps up first for Crawley against Durrell in net for Plymouth Argyle. His first penalty, that's a beauty. Upper 90, side netting, nothing you can do about that. But Goodwillie steps up for his first pen, takes his run up, buries it bottom corner, side netting. So, an equally as good pen. So, 1-1 after the first set of penalties here. Their next penalty is, he starts his run up from a different country, it looks like, and he tries the chip. Not going to happen, buddy. Durrell is right there for that one. Beautiful, beautiful save. Beautiful positioning from Durrell. I wasn't saying it's a good save. It's just a shit penalty. But Jervis steps up. He came on as a substitute. Bangs it off the post. Unlucky. Jervis, very, very unlucky for him. It almost was another beautiful side netting pen, but missed it by a fraction. Payne steps up for his pen, and Durrell saves it again. Back-to-back saves from Durrell. What do you know about that? Our leader, our hero, Graham Carey, steps up for his penalty. And was there ever any doubt? I mean, he's just going to make it, isn't he? And he's just not going to miss. There's just no way. So, we take the lead there. 2-1 on pens. The next penalty, Durrell just goes the wrong way on that one. So, Crawley staying in this thing. Loyola, the left back, steps up for his pen. Hits it. Nice pen. Side netting on the right-hand side. I usually struggle with left-handed or left-footed players on penalties, but that was a very, very nice pen from Loyola. With a chance for Crawley. They have to make this thing. They have to have this for a chance to stay in this. Right down the middle. Good penalty. I just didn't expect that one. It was a really, really nice. It was a good idea. Good penalty. And Smith steps up for Plymouth to win it. I said it. If he wins this game, I will learn his first name because I just don't know what his first name is. And he bangs it into the side netting. And Connor Smith, I know his first name now, Connor Smith, wins us the game. And we're moving forward in the Checker Trade Trophy. Connor Smith is the hero in this one. Of all people, the little used and unknown Connor Smith. So here is the other free agent signing I made in this episode. And again, it is out of necessity. In the FA Cup match against Cambridge United, Gary Miller, our right back, broke his ankle. So we didn't have another right back. Threlkeld started in the Checker Trade Trophy. We needed another right back in this team. So I went ahead and I signed Yanni Saxela out of the free agency. We just need someone. We have no one else that can play right back on this team. This was absolutely necessary to make this move. So this is going to be the last free agent signing, hopefully, I make for quite some time. For the rest of the time, we'll use our Youth Academy call-ups. Hopefully, if we have the right players in there. Otherwise, he'll have to be free agency again. But that is it for this episode once again. I do apologize for no face cam. I screwed up. I don't know why I deleted the freaking... I just went through and I cleared out all my old face cams, and I forgot that I'd already recorded this episode. So, yeah, it got kind of, it was casualty of clearing space on my hard drive, which is very unfortunate. But we're still in first place. Still sitting in first place is Plymouth Argyle, 4 points clear of Portsmouth. But, and I keep saying this over and over again, and it still hasn't happened, like the way I've been saying it. But when we call these Youth Academy players up, the more and more we call up, the worse the team is going to get. We will fall out of that first place spot. With all these 50 rated players we're calling up, there's no way we're going to stay up there for very long. We will start to drop points eventually, and it should happen probably within the next couple of episodes. As I said, I want to call up 1, maybe 2 Youth Academy players every episode from here on out, at least for the rest of this season, until we get a good full squad full of Youth Academy players. So that's going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you when we come back for some more Young Guns with Plymouth Argyle. See ya.